Continuing the Caymanian tradition.
Let Cora keep my ground so clean.
The heart and soul of the Cayman people. Thank you for keeping the culture alive.
Let's spread the news every day. From East End to Georgetown, down into West Bay.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. We have two segments today in the Buzz. We have, on our first segment, we'll be speaking to Mr. Mark Mimna. Mark is the head of Digital Business, and he's here in the studio with me right now. Following the 8 o'clock news, weather and traffic, we'll have our second segment, and on that segment we'll have Mr. Jonathan Webster of Autoshield. But in the meantime, I want to say good morning to Mark Mimna. Mark, you're no stranger to Radio Cayman.
Good morning, Anita. Good to be back on the show. Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome, and happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
Mark had a birthday yesterday.
Yep, 29.
20 I believe you, Mark. 29. Well, happy 29th birthday. Wishing you all the best. And this morning we're talking about cloud.
Yeah.
Not cloud cover.
There's plenty of cloud cover this morning.
Right?
I think, storms that were last night.
There's a beautiful red spot in the sky this morning. I was telling Susan. Good morning, Susan. Susan is our producer of the Business Buzz, and she's holding things down this morning in the studio. Good to have you back. Good to have you back in the studio, Susan. Now, Mark, you're head of Digital Business.
Yep.
How is it going for you?
It's going good. Thanks very much. Customers are keeping us honest. So thanks to all our customers out there who continue to do business with us. So it's really good. Obviously, Autoshield are on after, and they're one of our customers as well. So Jonathan's
nice.
He's one of our newer customers.
I should keep you in when he's here.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got a great business, actually. Really effective, innovative solution for Cayman Islands. What he does. So I hope he does really well.
I think he's been doing very good so far.
Yeah,
I still need to sign up for.
You should do. Yeah, everybody should sign up for his service.
Yeah, good stuff. Especially single women who
can't
help themselves, like myself.
But not just that. But I think anybody who has issues or needs some kind of emergency kind of service for their cars and stuff like that, it's a valuable service, right, to have, because at least he can rely on him and he'll show up and his team.
Well, a good service to have is cloud.
Absolutely.
Now, Mark, like I say, every time you're in the studio, I learn something new every time Mark in the studio. But before I forget, I want to say good morning to our listeners. Good morning to our listeners and viewers, of course, on YouTube. Good morning. It's wet on the outside. Please stay safe. Now, Mark, what is the cloud?
What is the cloud? It's a huge question, right? And there's loads of answers, right? So, I mean, the cloud from an IT kind of perspective is a kind of almost like a consolidation of all your kind of servers and IT equipment in a single kind of mainframe. Mm-hmm. From a business operations perspective, if you're running a business, the cloud enables you kind of reach your customers more quickly. It means that you can host your apps in the cloud or on shared infrastructure, so you don't have to kind of manage those applications and those kind of servers yourself, which can take up a lot of time and resources. So you outsource that to a cloud provider, and everybody knows the big ones like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle. There's loads of them, right? And they all kind of provide you with that what's called a compute and the ability to host the apps. And a key requirement and a key feature of the cloud services is security, right? Because they help you manage your security as well.
That's right. Mark, do you remember the days when you're only 29, so you might not remember of key punch? When IBM especially, they had the key punch system of data processing. Remember that?
No, I don't remember that. No.
See, you're not 20. You are 29. So, well, going back this morning, I was thinking about this. Going back to the days of key punch, those key punch cards.
Okay.
I did a crash course in one of that. Boy, that was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Right.
It was like learning to speak French, for me at least. But looking at this sort of reminds me of that technology. But this is, that was back in the 60s? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was. Now, look at this. Look at the difference. But those days, they had those huge equipment to take care of this stuff.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Yeah, so like back in, I suppose, the older times, right? And what's that in IT could be a couple of years, essentially, right? But back, I suppose, in the early innovators for kind of machine technology and computing technology, they used to have like huge, massive mainframes. I mean, some computers might be the size of this room we're in now, and like over the years, that's just consolidated down. It becomes much smaller, which is great for the environment and great for your power consumption and great for efficiency. But the applications that help run the business also need to run on specific equipment, and by having that kind of applications hosted in the cloud, you get access to all those different types of machines. So you might have an application that runs on an IBM machine, for example. You might have an application that runs on an Oracle. So you want to have like a vendor or a cloud provider that can help you kind of manage the entire kind of estate, because you might have different applications because your business runs on applications, and the cloud and the IT helps you run your business.
So what different types of clouds are they, Mark?
Well, it's really it's more like vendors than different types. They all kind of do essentially the same thing, right?
Right.
They host applications, they manage compute resources for you, they do the backup, they do your storage, and it's really about what your business requirements are determines which is the best cloud fit for you. So, like the most common example of cloud computing that we see today is obviously Microsoft 365, right? So the Microsoft Office, that used to be you used to download the software, they'd send you a CD and you'd roll it on all the old desktop machines. Obviously that's stopped now. They don't do that anymore. That's all. You access it through the cloud and you download it from your cloud if you have the correct licenses, and that stores all the company's information from the Microsoft Office back into the Microsoft cloud. So that's the most ubiquitous one we see in the business environment, and also but not everybody runs on Microsoft. Some people have different kind of applications. Some people might want to use some Oracle databases and that kind of stuff, and they also have a cloud service as well that you subscribe to. And I think that's the key difference, is having that flexibility to be able to choose what application you want to help run your basis run off a web browser.
And this is where digital business comes in.
Well, digital business can help your business transform into the cloud. So we'll work with you and the applications you have. We're not going to tell you which applications you need. That's really a business decision. But we'll help you kind of take your information that you might have hosted locally in your local environments on your desktops, migrate that to a infrastructure that's hosted in the cloud. And our preferred cloud is the Microsoft Office cloud, because we're a Microsoft Go partner for that. But if customers have like Amazon stuff, or they want to build their own private cloud, we'll help them with that as well.
Oracle as well.
Oracle, yes. Yep.
I mean, that's another.
Oracle are a massive software company, and they're trying to migrate a lot of their users to kind of subscription based, and we'll talk about the difference between subscription and on-prem as well. So they have their own kind of software, proprietary kind of stuff, and they have their own kind of services that they run on the cloud, and they essentially can run Oracle databases on the Oracle cloud.
Okay. Now, why should businesses invest and seek out cloud solutions, Mark?
Yeah, so that's a really good question, right? So more or less, I'd say most businesses now are starting to adopt a kind of like digital strategy. So they're already kind of on the bus to cloud technologies, right? And they've kind of made a decision, and they do that through, essentially they've done that through Office 365, but there are some other services and applications that they should consider. So one of the benefits of cloud and cloud computing is the differences between buying equipment upfront and subscription-based services. So cloud is essentially subscription-based consumption services. So you pay for what you use, you have your licenses, and then you pay for your consumption based on that. So that means you can manage your costs more effectively, and in peak times you can burst up, and when times are a bit less, you can your costs reduce. So when you are trying to scope, say, new infrastructure, or you're trying to upgrade, or you're trying to kind of bring your business on a journey to the next iteration of your business, you could be asked to spend maybe a couple of $100,000 on IT service equipment, right? And so for some businesses, that's what they'll do, and that's fine, that's cool. But for other companies, that can be a significant investment, right? And the problem is, if they kind of don't do that investment, then their infrastructure they have starts to age then. And when you start to age, you get security vulnerabilities, and eventually you get performance issues because you can't patch it and you can't keep it up to date. And eventually, like, some of the service providers that help maintain it won't be able to actually give you the service you need to keep your infrastructure secure. So when you have on-prem, you have to keep on investing in it all the time, and that
especially in upgrades and all that.
Upgrades, patches, new releases, all that kind of stuff, right? And then, the manufacturer might say, look, we're not supporting that anymore, and you might have to do a whole new refresh again. And you kind of have to budget on, like, maybe 3 to 5 year cycles all the time to keep the latest and greatest, right? So, and some companies will do that, and that's fine. There's a business case for that, so and that'll work out. But a lot of kind of smaller enterprises that have bills like that, have quotes like that, they're not. They'd be probably better off spending that money on marketing campaigns to get more customers through, right? So the cloud enables them to basically subscribe to the service. So they pay a monthly subscription fee for, whatever it is, but it's a lot less than $100,000, right? And then they're always updated, and they're always have the best of breed of the technology, because they're essentially outsourcing the subscription, the updates, and everything to the cloud provider that provides them on a managed services, right? So that means that they can focus on what they do best, servicing their customers, meeting demand, and the cloud providers will manage their infrastructure for them, so they don't have to.
So, Mark, what is there, like, cloud policies?
Is there cloud policies? Again, so cloud policies, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but customers should have some sort of cloud. So customers should have some sort of cloud, like we call it a cloud first policy. So when you're in your meetings and you want to roll out a new application, the question is, can it be done in the cloud? Right, and if the answer is yes, then that's the way you go. If the answer is no, you find out why it can't be done in the cloud, what's the limitations and stuff like that, and then is there an alternative that can do the same in the cloud? Because we want to put our applications in the cloud as a business, because it's more efficient for us as a company, because we have all the benefits of the cloud computing, such as the security updates, the management. We also have the latest release of the software, and as long as we subscribe to the software application, we constantly have the latest release all the time. So companies that don't have a cloud policy or don't have a digital transformation policy or roadmap should try and invest in one, or have a look and see what one would look like for them. And there's business cases that we can help with to help them build that out and stuff like that, that would make it more efficient for them longer term to migrate their data and their applications to the cloud.
This is something you do at Digicel?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we provide the...
This is where you come in, Mark.
This is where I come in. I come in personally, and I have done some of these where we'll do, we'll do a scan on the network, and we'll find out what customers have, what's kind of what we call cloud ready, that can be migrated straight away, and then what has to be has to be discussed with the customer. Like, they might have like a fairly large database, but it might be running like end-of-life software, but it's quite important to the business that it stays up and is active. So but the business has to learn, that potentially there's risks there to that data because it's not been updated or it's been lying there idle, and we're just trying to present the information to the businesses so they can make informed decisions, really.
So if I have a business and I need to make a decision to use the cloud, you tell me exactly what I need.
So we would tell you what I need to do. We would tell you what is the best practice or what you should do, right? We would never tell anybody what they have to do, because it's a business decision. It's not our decision. Correct. We're just giving them the information that says, in our opinion, based on what we see, we think you should do X, Y, or Z. If they want to do X and Y, that's cool too. Well, they need to understand what the risk of Z is. If that's an old database or some legacy old desktop, then that's a risk to the company, right? So it's all about informing businesses of risk, where the risks are. And that ties back into the security conversations we've had like here as well.
Yeah, that's right. No, Mark, before we take a break, it's break time. But what IT services can businesses move to the cloud?
Well, you can nearly move anything you want, depending on what your services are, right? So the most ubiquitous one is your Microsoft Office, your 365. Collaboration is now in the cloud through like Teams, that's calling and stuff like that, Microsoft Teams. There's database applications. The most common one is Microsoft SQL. That can be moved to the cloud, and a very common one here in Cayman is we see a lot of QuickBooks and stuff, and that can also be moved to the cloud as well. And they have a cloud subscription for their services, so there's lots of applications. So can small businesses do this by themselves, or they have to go through a service provider? So we would recommend any small business who has the expertise can do this themselves, right? It's publicly available, the cloud, right? So you can subscribe using your credit card through Microsoft. But to get the kind of structures right in terms of your files and your security, your authentication, it's better to consult with a IT service provider, someone like Digicel, or someone like a local kind of IT company that has Microsoft credentials, and they can help plan it out for the company so that it's structured in a way that makes it just easier to use for them. So what they're used to, Okay. If you're just joining us, you're listening to The Business Buzz. This is our first segment for this Tuesday morning. We're speaking to Mr. Mark Mimno. Mark is the head of Digicel Business. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Centre and Cayman Medical Supplies. Brack Medical Supplies, now open in Cayman Brack.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
In the early 1900s, much like today, living standards and lifestyles varied according to whether a family was on the receiving end, giving end, or living without the credit system. Being a seafaring community, men were frequently absent on long journeys. While the family remained in the home, most families owned their own plot of land, which would usually produce sufficient foods along with the fowls. Young boys became expert fishermen at an early age, fishing from shore. However, what could not be readily produced or fished, such as flour, sugar, and cloth, relied upon the credit system. The common setup was for the families to purchase the goods on credit from the stores and the items booked to the absent seaman. The seaman was then expected to settle the account upon his return to shore.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience. Superior Auto is pleased to announce the grand reopening of the new Superior Auto Apprenticeship Center on Seymour Drive. New opportunities, new beginnings, a new home for Caymanian youth seeking career training and certification in high-demand trades such as automotive repair, AC, refrigeration, and so much more. Put the value in your pocket. Fun fact, the average hourly rate for a tradesman can be 4.5 times the minimum wage. The Superior Auto Apprenticeship Center is a not-for-profit program, accepting applications from June 20th to July 20th. Contact 949-9570 or 525-9571 to apply today. The Superior Auto Apprenticeship Center, successfully building the next generation of hardworking Caymanians since 2010.
Hello Cayman, please join me, contestant number 4, Carmody Banks, and our 7 lovely contestants at this year's Miss Cayman Islands Universe Pageant on Saturday, the 6th of August at the Westin on 7 Mile Beach. Doors open at 6 o'clock p.m. Show starts at 7. Tickets available at Funky Tanks. Huge thanks to our corporate sponsors, Ministry of Tourism, Radio Cayman, Compass Media, and Cayman Airways.
Miss Cayman Islands Universe tickets are also available at Funky Monkey.
Business Buzz. Anita Khan.
Good morning, and we're speaking to Mr. Mark Mimna. Mark is head of Digital Business Solutions. Mark, good morning again.
Good morning. Thanks for having us on the show.
Okay, no problem. Anytime, Mark. I learned so much from you.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm in a computer class. No, we're speaking about cloud. Yep. It sounds expensive, but how much does the cloud cost?
Ooh, that's it's a tough one to answer. So, the cloud, how much does it cost? I mean,
on an average.
Like,
let's say a small business, we have 10 employees.
Oh my God! Well, you see, it's very difficult to answer that question, right? Because the 10 employees, right, you can buy your standard licenses, say like it's $50 per head, right? But there actually might be a lot more that they do, right? So they might be like a software development company that wants to access, a compute cloud. So they need more resources, so that's going to cost a bit more. So, but the key is you pay for what you use, right? So essentially it's like on demand. So let's say you're a big software developer or a company like that develops software, and you need lots of testing and you need lots of compute power to test your application, see if they work on various platforms. Well, to build that out, to physically kind of compute and build that in your own data center, it's going to cost you a lot of money, right? So a lot of those companies will just move their testing to the cloud through Amazon or Microsoft, and they'll just pay for what they use. They'll be able to do full test on their software, ready to deploy it without having to invest in hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment.
So it depends on your usage and what you need.
Absolutely, and that's the key, because it is determined by what it is you actually need, or what your business wants to do determines the cost of the cloud. Okay. But sometimes you can look at it a different way and say, what's the cost of not doing it? And like we mentioned in the earlier segment, if you have legacy infrastructure sitting and you haven't upgraded it, or you haven't migrated to the latest software because whatever budget constraints or something like that, and now it's kind of end of life, a couple of phases behind, you've got a huge risk then to your business in terms of security and application performance and efficiency. So it's worth considering. If you haven't done it already, it's worth having a look at it. Don't worry about the cost too much, because the cost of not doing it can sometimes outweigh the future costs.
No, my thinking is, okay, we have cloud computing. It serves as a storage management process and data process, right? Correct, Mark?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if employees are working from home, can they access services to the cloud?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah. So one of the greatest, I suppose, use cases of cloud computing is remote working, right? And we saw this a lot during the pandemic with people migrating to the cloud, using Office 365, early adoption, and collaborating, right, on files and folders. So when and accessing kind of company data through the cloud, through secure VPNs, is actually a more efficient way to do it on the company's resources than having them hosted kind of, say, locally through a VPN server, through an internet connection and a server, because there's more security compliance. But I think we've just had a quick conversation during the break on this, right? So, like, back in the day, right, when you had to install your Microsoft on your desktop and then someone else would get the CD, etc., and they weren't kind of really linked together. You'd send me a document, you'd work on it, you'd send it back to me, I'd work on it, and you'd send it back, and there might be 10 different versions of the document, right? And that still happens today, and it drives me mad, right? So so what I do in a practical application of cloud is I'll upload a document to our shared folder, and I'll give people access to the folder, and the team then will work on that folder in real time. So I can see what you're doing, I can see what other colleague is doing, and we can see what everyone's changing at the same time. And when everyone's finished, we merge all the changes together in one single document, and it's the final document, and no one has to send anything together. And instead of it being kind of emailed around 50 different times, it's stored and shared in our folder, and it's always the latest version, and there's no fear of it being deleted or corrupted, because it's stored in the cloud and it's backed up in the cloud, so it's always there. So I know that I'm happy that the most recent version of that document is there. And that's a real practical application of use cases of cloud in the business environment.
Sounds simple enough.
It does sound simple enough, but can you imagine if you were working remotely? Let's say there was a colleague working remotely in the UK and a colleague in Cayman and a colleague in America somewhere, and they all want to work on the same document together at the same time, different time zones. Imagine being able to just do that through a shared folder where everybody can access it all the time in real time, without having people having to email each other, working out different time zones. Once I'm finished my work, it's done. Someone else can do their work, it's done, Happy days. Everyone gets back in the morning, and there you go. There's your PowerPoint presentation updated, most latest version with all the changes. So easy? Well, see, it is easy.
I agree with you. No, last week we talked about, you talked about cybersecurity. I asked the questions and you talked about cybersecurity. How does how does cloud computing help my cybersecurity policies?
Yeah,
back to policies again.
Great question, right? So, like cyber security and cloud are kind of intrinsically linked, right? So when we talk about cyber, it's like risk to the business and threats, etc., stuff like that. When we talk about cloud, it's kind of the same, because even though we're not looking at primarily from a security perspective, by not having our servers and our software updated, we are bringing risk into the business. So by having a cloud strategy and bringing your infrastructure and your applications into the cloud, it kind of gets you kind of on a roadmap for cybersecurity, right? Because when you're hosting your environment, say in the Microsoft Azure or the Microsoft platform, you're actually buying into their ecosystem of security as well. So part of their service is to give you the cybersecurity. Now, obviously, they'll charge extra for that, as that's because it's an intrinsic part of their service. But what they do, like, they'll give you the backup of all your data. Now, that's key for cybersecurity, because if you don't back up your data and you are hacked or you do have an issue, how do you get your data back? You need to be able to get your data back. So the cloud helps you with that, and that it kind of gives you the backup. But also it will help identify your cloud kind of roadmap will help identify security risks that you can alleviate by moving to the cloud.
So all of this, right, Mark, how can Digicel Business help?
So Digicel Business can help by doing the roadmap for your cloud readiness. So we can help you figure out what you can move to the cloud, what you can't move to the cloud, what's the best practice. We'll help you migrate that. We have the resources to do that. And we'll also provide you with the actual cloud environment through Microsoft Azure, either through a local partner here in Cayman or the public cloud. And we'll manage that for you end-to-end 24/7.
How do we reach you?
You can give me a call on 623-2499, or you can give me a call on my mobile, 327-6049.
Okay, and where can I learn more about?
Yeah, you can give me a call. You can call into the office there, printer way, no problem. Speak to one of the sales reps, or you can look on our website, which is www.digicelbusiness.com.
Now, before we go to news, how can I be sure my data is secure in the cloud, Mark?
Well, yeah. So the vendors, Microsoft, you're buying the security, you're buying into their reputation, right? So there's SLAs around security, there's SLAs around backup, making sure that your information is secure and backup. But I would always encourage businesses, regardless of size, if they have a backup, just to make sure it is being backed up, and what is their disaster recovery policy, what is their retrieval policy. And when we talk about that is like, if your business went off the air, how quick could you get back up?
Okay.
Or how long can you last without being back up? And that's something you need to look at when you're doing your cloud readiness, disaster recovery, cybersecurity.
Mark, we have so much more to talk about, so I'm pretty sure you'll be back in the studio in another couple of weeks. Thank you so much for stopping by this morning. Mr. Mark Mimna, head of Digicel Business. Mark, thanks again. We're going to take the news break, weather, traffic, and we'll be back with segment 2 of the Business Buzz. Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Foster's is 2 minutes after 8.
At Foster's, you'll always find the biggest specials on the products you love.
Just like a 4-pack of Kellogg's Special K Shakes, only $7.39, save $2.70. Zest Body Wash 18-ounce, just $2.79, save $1. And Seabest Shrimp 32-ounce, only $13.49, save $4.
You'll find even more great specials in-store or online with Foster's Go. Foster's, better prices because we care.
Price is good until July 27th, 2022. Find more specials at fosters.ky.
This is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Island.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. A spectacular light show this morning as Grand Cayman was pounded by lightning, thunder, and rain. I touched base with the National Weather Service forecaster, Alan Ebanks, to find out what was up.
Good morning. Just to give you an update of what happened early this morning, it was actually a tropical wave interacting with an upper level trough that supported all of the lightning show and all the heavy showers. Now, the wave is actually currently over, if not just to the west of us. The wave is expected to move off to the west and over towards the Western Caribbean this afternoon, which the cloudiness and showers associated with the wave will continue through to tomorrow morning, and then there's a general decrease in cloudiness thereafter.
Make sure to keep it locked to Radio Cayman after the news when we will bring you the full weather report. The National Emergency Operations Center holds its annual hurricane exercise Monday morning. CIGTV's Donna Bush caught up with Director of Hazard Management, Cayman Islands, Danielle Coleman.
Deputy Governor Franz Manderson was joined by his senior team of civil servants who head up the teams that prepare for, before, during, and after storms.
It's really important every year that we practice what our plans are. We all work together. We have about 18 emergency support teams under 4 different clusters, and it's critical that we all understand how we will work together, but also what our own responsibilities are. I think it's really important after 2020 to realise that several emergencies can happen at once. We've seen it in the past. We saw it very much in 2020 with the landfill fire as well as the COVID and the hurricane season. So it's important that we test concurrent activities at once. So yes, we'll have a hurricane, but we'll also have another emergency, that the emergency responders have to think about both at the same time and where our resources go.
Director Coleman says during this time they validate the plans that are in place, they conduct training, they practice, and they take a look at the new robust systems that are in place. Now, the annual hurricane season ends on November 30th, and residents are encouraged to be prepared. For tips on how to do just that, go online to caymanprepare.gov.ky.
And Public Health reported 735 estimated active cases of COVID-19 in Cayman on Monday. This after Public Health reported 91 new cases from over the weekend, one of those in the Sister Islands. The 7-day rolling average for Monday was 45. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Kersley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Neil Nunes. EU energy ministers have agreed to reduce use of natural gas by 15% at an emergency meeting in Brussels called amid fears that Russia could cut off supplies entirely. The reduction would be voluntary but can be made mandatory to safeguard the EU's supplies through the coming winter. Russia says it'll withdraw from the International Space Station in 30 months and build its own orbiting station instead. The new head of Roscosmos promised to honor all its obligations to its partners. Myanmar's military government has defended its decision to execute 4 men, including 2 high-profile pro-democracy figures, saying the death sentences were not personal and the punishment was deserved. A spokesman said the men were criminals who had had a chance to defend themselves in a lawful trial. The Congolese government says at least 5 people have been killed and some 50 others injured in anti-UN protests in the eastern city of Goma. Demonstrations called by the government's youth wing have continued for a second day, demanding the peacekeepers' departure. Police in Saudi Arabia have arrested a popular Egyptian social media influencer on accusations of posting sexual content that could harm public morality. Tala Safwan, who is based in Riyadh, has 5 million followers on TikTok and another 800,000 on YouTube. Violent disruption of the vote count in Papua New Guinea's general election has led the Governor-General to extend the process by 2 weeks. Bob Didai urged the sides to refrain from the violence that's seen 12 deaths and the hijacking of ballot boxes. India says it lost more than 300 tigers in the last 3 years, about 10% of the total wild population. 2/3 of the deaths were due to poaching or other unnatural causes. BBC World News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Excuse me, I noticed you from afar.
Really? Me?
Well, not you. The KFC sandwich you're eating?
Oh, Zinger.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be funny.
No, it's called the Zinger Sandwich. Crunchy, juicy, 100% chicken breast, crisp lettuce, sweet mayo on a seeded bun with a little zing. KFC's chicken is not factory breaded, frozen and refried like the Burger Boys. Customize your KFC Zinger and dip it in barbecue sauce.
Wow, now I'm starting to notice you too.
KFC, it's finger licking good.
The following is a special announcement from the Cayman Islands Civil Service Association. The Grand Cayman 6A member backpack distribution takes place July 18th through 29th at the 6A office above number 1 shoe shop on Hospital Road Plaza. Backpacks are limited and on first come, first served basis. Members should bring identification to speed up the collection process. If you are collecting bags on behalf of another member, please bring a written signed note from that member with a copy of their ID. The Grand Cayman 6 member backpack distribution, July 18th through the 29th. The Cayman Brac backpack distribution will take place on Thursday, August 4th.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the People's Station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning, everyone. Hello? Hello? Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Okay, I see we have just about everyone, and of course Tom drops off, as per usual. Let's just wait a minute here. He always comes right back, and we're almost ready, and... oh, whoever's dog that is, please go on mute. Why won't it let me share my screen? Okay, looks like we're ready to start.
We're like a video conference with no technical issues. CG Britcay. Good like that.
Pleasant good morning. Let's take a look at the very latest weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees. Relative humidity is 91%. The barometric pressure is 29.98 inches and rising. The winds are calm. Overnight low temperature was 73 degrees. Synoptics indicate cloudiness and showers over the Cayman area will continue this morning due to the interaction between an upper-level low-pressure system and a tropical wave that is moving west at 10 to 15 knots. The wave is expected to move west of the Cayman area by this afternoon, with cloudiness and showers lingering through until Wednesday morning. Radar images show scattered showers in and around the Cayman area, drifting towards the west. Now the forecast for today and tonight calling for partly clouded to cloudy skies with a 40% chance of showers and some thunder. Showers will be locally heavy at times, and temperatures today will be in the upper 80s and will fall to the upper 70s tonight. Winds will be east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet for today and tonight as well. We're presently at a high tide, and the next low tide will be this afternoon at 2:30, and a high tide again tonight at 9:23. The sun will set this evening at 2 minutes after 7 and will rise tomorrow morning at a minute after 6. And the outlook is calling for partly cloudy skies, along with moderate winds and seas from Wednesday morning as the tropical wave moves further west over the western Caribbean. That's the very latest on your weather report.
The 8:12 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Head east on Cove Road. Sharp left on Church Street. Sharper left. No, your other left. Did I say left? Nope, you missed it. Okay, I'm lost.
With money-saving bundling options for home and motor, we're like a GPS that doesn't steer you wrong. CG Britcay. Good like that.
Let's stop and ask for directions.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, keep it positive. The human brain does not work very well in the negative. If told not to think about pink elephants, most people's brains go straight to a pink elephant. When setting goals, focus on what you're going to do rather than what you are not going to do. For example, instead of saying to yourself not to go on Facebook, say to yourself that you will study more.
Change your thinking and change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Hey, good morning, Cayman Islands. Let's take a look at what's happening on our roads. Coming from the east on Shamrock Road and coming off of Rex Crichton Boulevard, traffic is steady but flowing, as well as on the Linford Pearson Highway. Busy traffic heading to Georgetown on Crew Road. Eastbound traffic on Crew Road is moving on swiftly. Coming from the West Bay 4-way stop, light to moderate traffic flow, and traffic heading towards the traffic lights on Godfrey Nixon Way is moving on pretty good, as well as on Eastern Avenue. Busy traffic coming off of the Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way, and also busy traffic coming off of Bobby Thompson Way. Slight delays expected. As we look to Owen Roberts Drive, traffic is moderate in both directions. If you see any accidents or incidents on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. Drive safe. And remember, click it or ticket.
Subway makes it easy for you to stay on top of your health and wellness goals with our Fresh Fit menu options. Choose from 5 Fresh Fit Subway sandwiches with only 450 calories or less per 6-inch sub. Turkey breast, veggie, oven roasted chicken, Black Forest ham, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or make your 6-inch Fresh Fit sub into a salad or wrap prepared with fresh vegetables. For a full menu and nutritional information, visit subway.ky. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Boss. Business Boss with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. It's 17 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning to our listeners and our viewers. Good morning again to Susan, holding it down in the other studio. Thank you, Susan. She's all in her scarf today, matching colors and wearing matching colors and bright purple. My guest this morning, we've got from visiting from Autoshield, Mr. Jonathan Webster. Jonathan is the founder, owner of Autoshield, and he's brought company with him this morning. We have Mr. Brandon Campbell. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How is it going?
I'll make him answer first.
Oh, you make him answer first. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning. Well, it has been a
Can you
great
come a bit
experience.
closer to the mic so we can hear your beautiful voice? There you go.
Well, it has been a great experience thus far.
Good experience.
Yeah, man.
Your first time in the studio.
Yeah, first time in the studio.
All right. Well, I know you won't be the last, but
I
welcome.
think you have to get used to this, man.
You have to get used to this,
yes,
right?
Man, of course.
So, Jonathan, good morning. How are you?
Excellent. I'm great.
Good to have
Thank
you back in the studio.
Yes, man.
And you were here, I was trying to remember.
November
last year.
Yeah. We had just launched.
Just launched.
Yeah, it was actually our first day. So
that was your first day?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, man. We weren't even in technical. We were in business, but it was our first day to be really used to launch.
No, look at that. Your host didn't even realize it was your first day.
Yeah.
That's
we had
terrible.
our first member, our first member that came from the show and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
We're up to 76 now.
What?
So we're right on target to
Susan
hit our
and I,
number for the first year.
We have to sign up for what Jonathan's going to tell us all about.
I hope it's 78 today.
Jonathan, it's good to have you both in the studio. In case you missed an interview back in November, we did mention that in 2016, Jonathan, you were named Cayman's Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yes, right.
Correct.
And you're still riding off of that success, right? You're still on cloud
Yes,
nine.
man. I mean, you just learn certain lessons in between the process of doing the application and actually then winning. It kind of, again, solidified the reason behind what I was doing is that that it is possible to be a businessman in this era. I think that was the biggest hurdle. So that confidence is still playing to this day.
Very good. And you were just born the other day, both of you. No, this is your own business. You're the founder.
Yes.
Now, just recap for our listeners and of yours, Jonathan, what the journey was like for you.
Man, I can understand why there's a lot of people that will work for other people. The reason is that it was incredibly challenging to first believe that I could do it, and then to get into it. And basically how I did, I wouldn't advise anyone, because I left my job with no savings, no real, people say, 6 months worth of salary. I couldn't even get that. So we left it barely $100 in the account, and just going off of faith that we could make this happen. Then that was like 2019. Then COVID hit. So we had to I had to lean on other skill sets, which was with the videography with Trifecta Films and some other work with EMT Auto. Just so it was definitely challenging, but we made it through for sure.
Well, congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Young Cayman, fighting his way through $100 starting out your business.
Yes, man.
That's an incredible story.
Yeah, man.
That's an incredible story.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to even like a guy named Daniel Cummins that basically helped design the logo. Well, not even basically.
The last time you were here, you didn't have the logo on your shirt.
Yeah. Like legit designed it. If you notice the crest with the the shield, the road basically breaks through the shield, meaning there's no end in sight. And there's a lot of symbolism behind what we're doing, and just having that conversation with him led to the design of the logo and a lot of the premise behind the brand itself as it is now, because I know I had an idea, but I needed the ability to create a brand, and I think that's what we've accomplished.
Very good. Now look at you.
Yes, man.
Now you've gone and hired a mechanic.
Yes, man. Well,
how many mechanics do you have?
Right now, it's just two.
Just the two of you.
Right now, it's just me and him.
So Brandon is the new man on the job.
Yes, man.
When did you start with Autoshield, Brandon?
I started. I arrived in Cayman. On the 7th of November from Jamaica. I started the very next day, which was a Friday, and it has been a good experience thus far. Just still learning the roads with 100 roundabouts, but it's been
welcome
good.
to the roundabout.
And one thing that I want to clear up is that I have no employees, right? What I have is associates. What I have is people that believe in what we're accomplishing and will work towards that goal along with me. I have a partner and so forth, and that's what we're doing. I don't have this, and I never did subscribe to any premise of, you work for me, or I don't understand how people can do that. At least maybe it's an 80s thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a Gen X thing or whatever. But I just saw that, an employee will work for your money, but I need an associate. I need an advocate that will work alongside to accomplish the goal.
Love that.
Yeah,
I love that. So Susan and I were associates.
Yes, man.
That's right. Yeah.
If you even say a good word about
stakeholders.
That's it. If you even say a good word, I mean, it's just we live in such a weird time now where everyone is just micro critiquing everything. It's very rare that you have people come out and say something positive and something encouraging rather than the 15 things that they could say negative. No matter what business, no matter what you are, if you're a human being, you're going to have someone that will have something negative to say. Our thing is simple. We just want to continue to put our name out there because we believe in what we do. And the 70-something members and the countless of people that we've helped in between just goes to show that we kind of onto something here.
You're onto something good.
Yes, man.
Yeah, you're onto something great. Now that you shared that bit with us, John, we can sit here and just talk about everything else besides Autoshield. Yes. You're that kind of person. You're that kind of conversationalist.
Yeah,
which I love.
Might get a job on the radio. So.
Yep. That'll be a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. But then what we'll do when we break down on the side of the road?
True that.
Who will call, right? No, share with us about Autoshield's, your core principles and the main services that you offer.
So our real core principles are, it's trust, professionalism, having integrity, and efficiency, right? Those are the main principles that kind of govern the way we do things. If you can notice, we're always dressed nicely. We're always looking professional. Everything that we explain to customers, we want to help build that trust, help build that bridge to just give them that information, make them feel good about the purchase, the transaction, or the situation. Just the integrity, again, is just standing behind our word. If we make a mistake, we own up to it. We take care of business. And then just the efficiency in which we, the way we approach a scene, the way we look at finding solutions that keep you on the road faster, more safely. And the core, our main services is really, we're just selling that trust. We have the Autoshield membership, but why we have it as total vehicle protection is we have pre-purchase inspections if you're looking to purchase a vehicle. We have the Shield membership if you already have a vehicle, and then we have the vehicle valuation reports if you're looking to sell your vehicle. So we kind of have a trusted collection of services that cover the full life cycle of your vehicle.
I like when you say that, trusted collection of services.
That's that.
Never heard that before.
That's DC, collection. Man. Like that's that.
Trusted collection of
that's
services.
That's it, man. I'll tell you that. It's like etched in my head now.
On your mind.
Yeah, man.
Trusted. I'm writing this down so I don't forget. Okay. Now, we do a lot of businesses, interview a lot of businesses on the buzz, and first time you're hearing that, Susan, right?
I'm telling you.
First time, yeah. Trusted collection of services. No, membership would include for Roadside, all right?
Correct.
Your on-site vehicle assistance, record service, and vehicle consultation, which you did mention just now. Now, give us go into the detail on that.
Well, the record service, I just want to put a pin in that real fast.
Okay.
What we're doing is we're doing special discounts on tow service if there is a mechanical breakdown.
Okay.
Right, as a member.
So you have your
no. So we partnered. Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Relationship with other folks who have tool services.
Correct.
And then you'll just call them up.
Absolutely.
So if I sign up with you, membership for Autoshield, you, of course, will let me know. You'll give me a discount, right?
Of course.
Miss
Suze.
I'm talking generally.
Okay.
Right? Your customer with your part of that membership would be a discount for towing services.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. That sounds like a good plan.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, are there different plans, or does the membership
right now
include a child, a spouse, my granny?
Right now, we're focusing on just perfecting the first module, but we will have other options like the preventative maintenance and accident scene assistance coming up in a few weeks. But at this point, it's pretty much per vehicle, almost like an insurance policy.
Right.
So if you do have a spouse or a significant other or child, we can give you a family discount in the event that you want to do more than one membership. Based on, because it's a vehicle-based kind of service, we have to kind of tether it to per vehicle itself.
Okay. Now, Brandon, you're being very quiet, and I know you're happy because you don't have to get to that mic, right? Now, how did you hook up with Jonathan? How did you guys collaborate to become associates?
So it was as far back as 2019.
Yeah, I think 2019, 2020.
Yeah, I was in Jamaica working as a vehicle evaluator. But seeking to expand, I was in a vehicle chat group and I sent a message asking if anyone is seeking an employee. And I left for lunch and I got a phone call. Mr. Webster called me. He was very excited about me seeking employment and my skill set. Hearing that I also was an evaluator at the time, he was like, yeah. So we kept in touch over the years. And I moved on from the evaluation industry. I went back into the garage doing some heavy duty diesel repairs, and that is when I reached out to him once more, like, hey, what's up, bro? And he was like, yo, you know, it's your time now. So I was like, what do you mean? He was like, we need you now. This thing is rolling. So Autoshield is taking off. You need to be here. So here I am today. I am grateful for the opportunity, and it has been going good thus far, as I said.
Very good.
Yeah, man.
Great collaboration,
right? It's definitely a journey. And one of the things that I said to my partners, because, you know, it's pretty expensive to bring him and so forth. And I said, I guess got a good feeling. I like his resilience. Many people ask, well, you know, why not hire a local? My issue with that simply was what we're doing in terms of 24/7 roadside. It's going to be a challenge if you already have a established life here to get that moving. You know, on a Sunday morning, I've had calls at 4 a.m. from, you know, a person at Health City. I've had some at 1 a.m. people from the service industry. So you just never know. We could get a call right now, right?
And it's just the two of you
Correct.
have to answer those calls.
Correct.
Okay.
So, you know, I was
you got to make sure you go to bed
early.
early just in case.
Yeah.
You have to be up at 4.
I mean, I had to quit cycling and doing. There was a lot of sacrifice, and I think at any particular time you have to be willing to pay that cost up front. So by having an individual here that has that resilience, and every few months he would reach out and say everything is good, blah 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 blah, and I think it was that final time I said to my partner, I said, we got to get it now. Like, we got to roll the dice and just whatever it takes, we have to get it here, because as we continue to grow, we want to continue. I think growing is fairly simple. It's scaling that I think most people have a problem with. And like what Mark was saying from Digicel, he's one of our customers as well. Well, I'm one of his customers, I should say, right?
Partner.
One of my partners, right? And same thing, it's like with the cloud-based solutions and so forth, that helps scale your business. You know, it's reinforcing everything that makes your business a business, not necessarily just trying to take a transaction in and process it and take some money in and that's it. We are continuously focused and obsessed about always going that extra step, always looking for the next way forward to better serve. I mean, we've lost money on certain services that just makes it easier for the customer. You know,
that's a great service.
Yeah,
great
that's
service
what we're doing, man.
Susan, I think it's time for a break. I see a shake head there. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're speaking to Jonathan Webster. Jonathan is the founder of Autoshield, and alongside him we have his mechanic and evaluator, just about everything else, Brandon Campbell.
Now open on the sister island, Brack Medical Supplies. Everything from over-the-counter items to home care products such as wheelchairs, crutches, bed pads, adult briefs, and PPE items. Friendly, local, loyal, and long-standing service right in the Brack. Brack Medical Supplies. Call today at 948-2228. Better yet, come see us. We are located right next to the Alexander Hotel.
Unleash the leadership potential of employees and managers through the globally acclaimed Ken Blanchard series, now offered at the Chamber of Commerce Training Center. Designed for new and experienced managers, the Ken Blanchard series will give new leaders the fundamentals of management, and experienced leaders will learn new best techniques to lead and support staff. Make the Chamber Training Center a partner in your business success. Call the Chamber today at 949-8090 or visit caymanchamber.ky for further information.
Ransomware, DDoS, malware, phishing. If you don't know what those mean, you're not alone. But if you aren't protected against those cybersecurity attacks, then your business is at risk. Don't leave your data or your business vulnerable. Get Digicel Business Protect. Simpler, smarter cybersecurity. Visit our website, www.digicelbusiness.com, to request a callback or call us now on 623-2499.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning, and we're speaking with Autoshield. Well, who's from Autoshield this morning, you ask? Well, we have the founder of Autoshield, Jonathan Webster, and Brandon Campbell. Brandon, a new hire for Autoshield. And Brandon, how are you liking this so far? I mean, you're not far from home. Jamaica's just a 45-minute plane ride.
55 minutes.
Your first time away from Jamaica?
Yes, I'm from Jamaica.
No, first time away from home.
First time away from home. So, being in Cayman, it's a flat place. I don't have any rivers.
It's a flat place. Look here, boy. We don't know flat. We have Mount Trashmore. No, I'm just kidding.
So
we flat Bowie, Talawa. All right. So But
so the heat was new to me. Like, it's not this hot in Jamaica.
It's not.
No.
Okay.
If the sun is hot, I can walk under a tree.
Yeah.
I can go to the river, spend the rest of the day there chilling on a Sunday afternoon. But here in Cayman, it's really hot. But I've been adjusting, and
Well, we've got 7 Mile Beach. That's one of the prettiest beaches in the world. And we have the Bluff in Cayman Brack. Don't forget that. Jonathan, you have to take him to the Bluff.
Yes, man.
If he's looking for heights.
Did you say the prettiest beach in the world?
Yeah.
You haven't been to Portland, Jamaica, have you?
No. Let's go back to Autoshield. Let's go back to Autoshield before I have to find a shield over here. All right, we have to get a shield over here. Now, how can persons sign up for Autoshield?
Well, they can visit our website and they can hit the Join Now button. We also have those links attached to our social media accounts, and it's an online.
IG?
Yeah, man. Yep, it's an online enrollment process. We're working on getting the online payment system integrated, so that will make it one less step that would have to be involved in, and that's pretty much the main thing, is just the online enrollment. Again, just making it easy and more efficient to.
No, Jonathan, we have a lot of people in Cayman who are still not online. We have, some of the older folks who need these services, but they're just not up to date with, going online and filling up a form and all that. What sort of assistance do you offer for those people?
If they visit even Bogle or Caribbean Alliance, we have basically the brochures out there. It's a manual application process. You can fill in your name, information, and if anyone even have any issues, they can give us a call. We can do we can help them with the application. Our stuff is very, very simple. It's nothing too complex, but it gives us the right amount of information necessary to process. But yeah, I mean, anyway.
And how do we do a payment if you go through that?
So we would
process.
notify. We would call we send an invoice that has all the payment information details on there. Yep.
Okay. Now, how many times per year will members be able to call Autoshield for roadside assistance if I sign up for this program?
So you get up to 5 free service calls.
Okay.
Right. Those service calls could range again from the flat tire, the dead battery, run out of fuel, even like general vehicle related questions. Hey, I have an estimate. Could you take a look at it and see if this is accurate? Hey, my car.
And you charge for that service, right? Or that's part of my
That's
5?
all. Yeah, that's a part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's a consult, that's usually less than. If it's more than 30 minutes or so, then that's basically when we would do we basically take one of those call out services for that. If it's more an investigation that's necessary. What I will say though is that generally you're saving about 60% by having a membership than you would if you just called us outright, because we still do offer, if someone gives us a call right now, we still do offer that service that we would go out to them, right? And
no, sorry, when you came into the studio this morning, you were teasing me about my car, right? You said, okay, you got a new car, you don't need my service. Yeah, my car is 2018, but it, like I told you, I always have problems. I'm not going to say what type of car it is, but I tell you what, we have problems, even though we have new cars. So, I mean, a lot of people think, well, I've got a new car, maybe another 5 years, then they'll start, braking on the side of the road, and stuff like that. What would you say to those customers who have that mindset?
Well, we come in with a really good strategy in a few weeks, and now that I'll be more on that marketing side, what I will say is we're there for you whenever, wherever, right? Our whole premise is to just provide the structure to keep you on the road, no matter what type of roadside emergency you may come. Whether it's a new car, old car, we have you covered. The reason for that is, even with a new car, you could get a flat tire. Even with a new car, something can go wrong that you're not sure of. We can come out, we can render assistance. We had a lady that was a real estate agent, and as I explained to Brandon, we're more of a customer experience business that just happens to fix your car. So the real estate lady had a puncture. She was going to a listing. I didn't try to fix the car there. Pick her up, took her to her listing so she can get to do where she has to do. Right? I came back, put the spare on, got the actual wheel taken to the tire shop. We had a vendor put the tire on. I came back and did the installation before she came back from her listing. And she was incredibly grateful for that, because everything was as if I even moved her vehicle off the street a little bit in a safer environment. So these are the things that you have to experience with Autoshield that we can't sell. We can't.
And she's a member, right? She signed up a membership.
You know what? I need to check her. I don't think she did. It happened so fast that I don't. Matter of fact, she is.
Yeah, she is.
Yes,
she probably,
she is.
even if she wasn't at that time, after you did all that, she probably just said, "Let me sign up for your service."
Yeah, well, because again, we just love going out that extra mile, and I'm just a person that love helping people.
But that was a good thing you did there, Jonathan, because she could have lost a sale. I mean,
there you go.
It was a viewing.
That's commission, right there.
Because a lot of people say, "Well, you can come to your own viewing." Showing how you gonna do, how you gonna work for me.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, awesome. Yes. We're a customer experience business. Matter of fact, man, we've had, I have to get better. I have to get better at tooting our own horn. We've had, other roadside assistance companies that's supposed to advertise, give us a call. Right, so it's like we're almost the roadside assistants that your roadside assistants calls. Right?
I love it.
And it is like, I would grapple with saying and promoting what we do, but when you come right down to it, like, we're the best in the industry, period, and we will continue to be. And if any, even now, like, we already moving as if we have 10 competitors. We don't know when the next person or if someone might come out the woodwork. If they are, if they don't, doesn't matter. We're focused on delivering exceptional customer experiences. That's it. No compromise.
You can have 10 other roadside providers, but you know what? It's a service that you give.
That's it. That's it.
That will stand out. That will keep you in business.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So, Jonathan, and Brandon. So take for instance, if I sign up or someone signs up, say in August, and come the end of the year, does it last calendar year, or is it goes over to the following year?
Yeah, so we've worked with a local company, NetClues, who has designed a really cool membership portal, and they do all the website stuff for us. So with the membership portal, basically we can do the renewal process. But we're also obsessed with going a better system, right? We're also obsessed
Must
with
be a call for business.
I believe that is
for roadside assistance. No. Hopefully, it's not one of your members.
So it's not a member yet, but but yeah. So we do have systems that we have. Again, not trying to give out too much information. That will give much more control to the members. And again, we're constantly just reevaluating. Can we do this faster? Can we do this more efficient? And just constantly feeling that there's pressure on us to keep delivering on behalf of the customer, for sure.
Okay, so if I do it for a year, right? Not me per se, but someone, a customer signs up for a year, doesn't use the service at all during that time, what would you offer them, say they sign up for the next year?
I'm happy you asked that question.
You'll give me an extra service, an extra...
Yes, man. So some discounts from our vendors, from our preferred partners is coming around. Also, we're doing a free workshop for members. So we're going to be doing a Car 101 workshop where we go over special catered towards women. We have a free ebook coming around the corner. So these are the things that I'll be working on now once we get running fully up and running, that he can manage the day-to-day responsibilities. But on my end, it's going to be just discounts, a lot of newsletters, just a lot of information. We want you to get value, even if you don't necessarily need a roadside service call. We want you to feel that your money was spent creating value for you, whether it be special tips and tricks, whether it be just all access, inclusive membership benefits.
Well, we hope the Business Buzz will create value for your services.
It already has, man.
Because I tell you what, you were saying about trusted collection of services. After helping that lady helping get to her appointment, you've got to add something else to that. So we'll think about it while we take a break. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is the Business Buzz. Anita keeping you company. And in my company in the studio this morning, Mr. Brandon Campbell and owner of Autoshield, Jonathan Webster.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
As the community continues to take precautions from COVID-19, it is important to stay prepared for other disasters now that we're in the hurricane season. Here are some post-hurricane safety tips from the Department of Environmental Health. Some tinned food items may still be safe for consumption after contact with floodwater. However, tins must then be immersed in a solution made of 2 tablespoons of chlorine bleach per gallon of water for 10 minutes. Ensure that containers are air-dried before opening. For full guidance on post-hurricane safety tips, visit www.deh.gov.ky.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning. Final leg of the Business Buzz this morning. Having a nice conversation here with the owner, founder of Autoshield. Every time I go to say Cayman Autoshield, but it's just Autoshield. Jonathan Webster, and we've got alongside him Brandon Campbell. Brandon works as an associate alongside Jonathan. I can't mind how I'm saying this thing. While we were on that break, Jonathan took a call.
Yes,
and someone who found him on
I think they found us online, and they said, "Yeah, we need, car doesn't want to start." So
he's So he's waiting for you to.
Yeah, he understands.
Should we let you go then?
No. That's it. Let's wrap this up first.
Let's wrap this up. Yeah. I'm sure he wouldn't mind waiting because the service that he'll get when you leave here.
I tell him do 2 jumping jacks, man. Do a couple more jumping jacks. Lift another set.
It'll be exceptional service when you get to him.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, for holding on for Jonathan. Now, before we let you go, Jonathan, what has been the feedback like relating to your services? Apart from what you told us.
To be honest, man, it's been very positive. I'm actually, I wouldn't say surprised, but I'm very thankful for the amount of positive support that we've gotten from everyone. People that are not even our customers has basically said, hey, this has been a well-needed business in Cayman for a very long time. And a lot of people were surprised that it never existed before. And I say, well, it's here now. So, but yeah, the feedback has just been amazing. To be honest, it's very humbling to know that you could create something out of your imagination that is useful and could create value for people, and then have them have the reciprocity to share that positive feedback. It's just great. It's a really great feeling.
So, Brandon, being an associate at Autoshield, how are you finding this? I mean, first time working away from home.
Well, first time working away from home, it's a bit different. It's a bit different, but you adjust, you do your best. On your resume, you sell yourself very properly. So you come, do your best in person, make them see that's what you placed on your resume is basically who you are.
And you did a good job at that, because Jonathan, I'm pretty sure he went through that with a fine-tooth comb, right, Jonathan? Let me see if this guy gonna be a good associate,
Boy, to be honest, just the resilience. I applaud anyone that is courageous enough to take action and is resilient behind that action. That was it. I don't even think I read his resume fully, to be honest. I know my partner did, but for me personally, I did read it, but for me personally, what stood out was just that tenacious itch to create for himself and provide for his family. I applaud that. And anyone, no matter what walk of life you're from, if you come to this island and you want to be a productive member of society, then yeah, you got my vote for sure.
Wow. Brandon, I know he's happy to have you, so
yeah, man.
Congrats on the new job. Now, during this time, Jonathan, what sort of let's say, I want to say popular breakdown. Demand? What was the demand? Thank you, Susan. Demand for the business, for your service.
What is the most
popular? Like flat tires, nail in the tires.
Yeah.
What?
We keep a stack of nails. That's our kind of trophy to say, if we can get one larger than this. And then the other day we removed one out of a Jeep Wrangler. I said to the gentleman, "Congratulations, man! Now you are now the top spot." That thing I don't even know where that come from. And it was outside.
And the tires on those things are what?
Yeah,
How
it was
wide?
like a full 4-inch nail.
Oh, wow.
In the tire, and then there was something.
The second runner up to that was the one in the rain.
Yes.
A Ford in the pouring rain. It was like, that's what the second one up to that one.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Pulling it from the tire, we're like, wait, where did this come from?
What were you driving, man?
What were you work site or something?
Then the batteries, I think, is a close second for sure. We haven't done a lot of fuel stuff lately, but yeah, definitely the tires.
So how did you get it out? I mean, you have your thing that you use and pull it out and patch it and stuff like that.
Vehicle equipped with all the tools that we need. So whatever it is that we need for the job, we just reach in, retrieve our tools, and we have it. So we have a set for, this is the tire set, the battery set. So if we have a battery job with us, this is the set we take. So
you guys are like the doctors of Roadside. Roadside doctors.
Yeah, man, so we get the surgery going.
I can just picture it, stethoscope and all. We're coming in for that nail. We're coming in for that, Neil.
Brandon took a photo of me because one of the things I never really did was promote myself and so forth. Brandon took a photo of me in the rain with my poncho on and so forth. And a person reached out and said, "Hey, why don't you have your people do it?" I'm like, nothing not changed. That this is why I'm not that kind of guy. Because I have people now, it's doing I'm the kind
you can go on the beach and relax.
Yeah, I'm the individual that no one is doing anything in my company that I wouldn't do. Period, or that I haven't done. So if it's cleaning, whatever it is, we got to do it. I have very little ego when it comes to that type of thing. It's just whatever it takes to get the job done. Whoever doing it.
No, but do you do any, say, mechanical breakdowns? Do you do any of that? Say if I have my alternator it goes, right?
So, yeah. So we do have the preliminary diagnostics.
Okay.
Right? So that is something that is also covered in membership, but we also do it outside. So that preliminary diagnostics is kind of, we're not going to necessarily fix it all the time, but we're providing the individual the information necessary to know what's the next step in the repair process.
So you'll be able to tell me, look, your alternator's gone.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have our
test. I can
test.
tell you, hook you up to get a tool, which is part of my service.
Correct.
Right.
So we have our test that we will do a field test and say, okay, well, based on, and we have to use very loose language, going back to the surgical aspect. A doctor can't tell you 100% always what's wrong. What we can do is eliminate, through the process elimination, what is likely and give you probability as to what the problem could be, to as best as accurate as we can.
Jonathan, I'll tell you one thing, right? The worst thing that can happen, especially to a woman, is that you're driving and your car shuts off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I freak out. Yeah. It happened to me the time I had a Mitsubishi. Great car, great vehicle, low maintenance, the best. Yeah. I would recommend it to anybody. Yeah. Right? The car broke down on the Tomlinson roundabout. On the roundabout, right? So, Cayman, we've got so many helpful people, especially men. Well, somebody I knew, fortunately. So he had to turn his car around on the roundabout to face me to jumpstart. So you can imagine that. Picture that.
Yeah.
On the roundabout, right? So, but my heart was just pounding the entire time.
It's a scary experience.
It is scary.
Especially at night, especially no matter what time. It's just because you don't know what the problem is. You don't know if it's going to be hundreds, thousands. You don't know, where do it immediately. I mean, the car in the Cayman is a lifeline, right? And that's why we take our job with tremendous pride, is that the car is a lifeline. Most people don't have the luxury of having 3 or 4 cars at their disposal. So our profession, our job is relying on having a solution for that customer, right? So if it's just giving them the information to know, okay, yes, it's not as big a deal. And then we've also partnered with mobile mechanics. I mean, we had a gentleman at the Nissan, what was it, Note?
Nissan Note.
Yeah. Same thing happened. His belt popped, his dry belt popped. He made it to the edge, and we came back after about 5 something, and the car was gone. So we put him in touch with our mobile mechanic. Big up DNS Mobile Mechanics. And, basically gave the person a solution. And within that same day, I mean, traditionally that car would have had to be towed to a garage, sit there for 2 or 3 days. Well, then who's taking care of the responsibilities of that owner? Maybe the garage, they don't. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to give you a rental and that type of stuff. Right. And a lot of these things can be resolved, from the roadside,
Okay. Now, I forgot to ask you the cost of the membership.
So it's $99 a year.
That's it?
Again, yeah, $99 a year. You have the 5 free service calls. Usually, like I said, you're saving about 60% per road call. So no matter what,
that would make a nice Christmas gift. Yeah, a nice birthday gift, anniversary. Gift cards coming in now. You got some gift cards coming up.
Man. Yeah,
okay.
Man.
Yep. All right.
I'm not sure how much time do we have left?
A minute and a half.
A minute. I've been waiting on the question.
Oh, really?
On what else can we look forward to from Autoshield, right?
You can be a co-host, because if you jump ahead so far.
Right? So I have to look at it and say, okay, let me use this time wisely. So we have some cycling events coming up. Some cycling events.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're putting together, we want to market ourselves as organic as possible. Cycling is a huge importance to myself. That's basically how I met Mr. Daniel Cummins, who was basically created Autoshield. So literally, just through cycling has given me the association with many, many people, right? So we have some of the stuff coming back up, as well as we might be, matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Home Shield pop up around the corner.
Home Shield.
Yes.
Alongside Autoshield.
We come in.
Boy, you got to do some more hiring. You need some more associates.
Yes, man.
Jonathan, thank you so much. What do you want to leave with us? Don't forget your contact details, phone number, how we can reach you.
So you can visit our website, www.autoshield.ky. You can visit our social medias. If you even just search autoshield.ky on Instagram, Facebook, you'll see us on there. All the information in terms of our services. We're updating the website soon to provide all the other services, which is the pre-purchase vehicle inspections and the vehicle valuations, along with the dash camera sales that we're going to be doing. And that's pretty much. And then you can give us a call, at 640-0999.
Nothing like a telephone call.
Yep.
640-0999. Is that the same number I'll use if I'm a member?
Yep.
640-0999.
That's it.
Anything you like? I'm going to give you 10 seconds to leave recap and leave some good advice for our listeners this morning.
Good advice, man. Just be humble, be grateful, and just enjoy the process to wherever you're going. We're very, very thankful. I'm a very thankful person for everything and everyone that has been a part of our journey thus far, and we want to continue to making them proud. Brandon, you have anything to say? Shout out to Mom.
Well, it has been a good experience. Thank you for having us. So we're here, willing, ready. So you can call or WhatsApp at any time. We will be at your service.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan Webster, founder of Autoshield, and maybe one day Home Shield. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you,
You're
Susan, our producer of the Business Buzz. Thanks to our sponsors this morning of the Business Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center and Cayman Medical Supplies. Don't forget, Brackers, you have Brack Medical Supplies now open in Cayman Brack. And to all our listeners, your YouTube viewers, and of course, like I just said, Susan, producer of the Business Buzz. Until Thursday, July 28th, when we bring you another Business Buzz. In the meantime, please stay safe. If you're going off on vacation, have a safe and wonderful vacation, and we'll see you when you come back. From your host, it's me, Anita Khan.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. And Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Cayman Brack to Little Cayman.